Hey Deadgrinners, this is Deadgrin. Welcome to Deadgrin Customs. This is another updated video on the custom Dragon Stars Great Saiyaman. Same basic recipe as before. I know I've said this like every time in every one of those videos, but you know I need people to understand because I've gotten questions about how I made him. The basic recipe is simple. You know, you just use a torso of a Super Saiyan Blue Goku from the Dragon Stars line, and I use the arms and legs of a clone Vegeta from the Dragon Stars line, the one that's exclusive to GameStop. And as far as the heads that I use, these two come from World Collectible Figures. The reason the quality of these two heads are so good is because these were legit World Collectible Figures. You know, you can get the bootlegs, and there are some good bootlegs out there, you know, just so it can get even cheaper. Yeah. And then so the last time you guys saw this guy, I had just already extended the skirt out, and I had primed up his shirt. So from that, that was a couple of weeks ago. I mean, no, that was last week. I meant to finish him this weekend, but I had a really weird schedule, like from last weekend to right now, basically. So, which is why I had to catch up kind of on this figure. But so from the last time, what I did was I blended in the skirt using Milliput putty. You know, I put it around the seam and blended it in as much as I could, and then sanded it down, and then I did the same for the back of the skirt. And then I also sculpted his watch, his wristwatch. A lot of people ask me about the wristwatch. When you see the early episodes, when he barely became Great Saiyaman, you can always see his watch because he switches from, you know, from his school clothes to Great Saiyaman. He switches off back and forth. And when he's both in his regular form and his Great Saiyaman form, you can clearly see the wristwatch, so you can see him transform and go back and forth. Later on in the series, when he's at the tournament, for some reason, every time he goes into Great Saiyaman mode, he doesn't have the watch anymore. So I think that was just, you know, because he was wearing it for the tournament specifically, he didn't have to, you know, go back to wearing civilian clothes. But anyways, that's why I did the wristwatch. So after I basically laid out everything, I primed up the whole gi, which is everything that's in green, and the belt. What I ended up doing with the belt, I just made sure it was all stuck. It's all stuck together like one piece, like the belt and the skirt. If you take the figure apart, that's all one piece. And then I just, using my styrene sheet, I cut another circle to put on top, and I'm gonna have to do another circle, I think, over it, or I could just draw it in myself. But there's one more circle that goes inside that little circle, and I'm gonna color that like a dark yellow or a gold. And I also gotta color the tips of his boots. I'm gonna leave the watch gray, only because when he's Great Saiyaman in the beginning, you can really see it stand out against the his thing. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. There you go. So that's the wristwatch that I made for him using Milliput putty. And you know, it surprised me. Starting off the project, I always hoped that it was going to look really good. People kept telling me, oh, you know, it's looking okay or whatever, or oh, you know, like, how did you do that or something. But once I actually laid down all the right colors, like, damn, man, like, I stepped back and I was like, wow, this is looking good. Like, I surprised myself. I honestly didn't think he was gonna end up looking so much like the anime. There's this one specific scene where he kind of looks like this specific pose. It's when he's about to challenge Dabura, because they're all waiting, you know, like to fight the next opponent, and in the Majin Buu part of the story, and he's kind of like frustrated because Goku and Vegeta already fought, and he's next in line, and he stands like that up to Dabura. I still have my Dabura figure. It's unfinished. I still haven't added the cape or the shoulder puffs. But just so you can see them next to each other. You know, there's a size comparison. It's not too off, to be honest. Like, Dabura is a giant figure, man. When he steps into the chamber to fight Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan, he is really imposing, especially with his shoulder puffs and his cape. Like, damn, man. So he towers over everybody in that scene. And putting him next to my Great Saiyaman figure, damn, they look great. They look like they're about to get down. And, you know, obviously as before, you know, I can still switch off the heads for Great Saiyaman. The only issue I have really with Great Saiyaman is his ankles. Like, they're just a little too weak. I'm gonna have to do something, because every time I stand him up, he stays standing up, but if the table rocks a little bit or something, like, they give in and he bends forward like way too easy. His arms and his knees and his elbows and his wrists, everything is perfect on him. As far as the articulation, there's no paint rub, and they're very stiff. It's just the ankles are like the weakest point on him. I have no idea why. I don't know if my particular figure is like that, or if all the clone Vegeta's legs are like that. I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, I'm running a little long on this video, so, you know, hope you guys like this. If you guys like this video and where it's going, because the next part, I'm gonna sculpt his helmet, and I'm gonna finish off the cape for Great Saiyaman. So if you guys like where everything is going, and you guys like the, you know, want to be a part of the next upcoming videos, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this video, make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on the forthcoming content. And for everybody watching this in the morning, good morning, and for everybody else, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.